Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you again.
Great to see you again. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, really nice. Yeah, that's cool. How are you making any progress? Are you making any progress with your website, with your promotion? How are you getting on? I thought about you the other day. Yeah. How are you getting on
Yes.
with the city?
I am trying. I'm always trying. I'm always trying, and I'm trying new strategies. Um,
Yeah.
I think it works. If after this lesson, I'm going to post several videos, and I also tried a different business model. I copied or I learned from a content creator, and yeah, I just try, and I don't know like whether it's good or it's gonna be good or bad. I don't know. Like I just try, and
Let's,
we will see. I think
honestly,
maybe.
that's the only thing you can do is to keep trying. And I was thinking about this on behalf of yourself the other day, that trying to put yourself in the position of the thief, which is terrible, because you know that they're obviously just looking for people with a good mindset like yourself, and they steal the idea, which is horrible scenario. I don't know how you stop that. I have no idea how you could ever do that. But my only thought was, as I said before, was to make it a personal thing where people can ring you. But then again, if you put your phone number out or how to get in touch with you, otherwise via email or something like that, you still don't know who's going to get in touch with you. You don't know if they're a predator or
Uh,
if they're
Sorry,
efficient.
like your microphone. I think is the sound is too
I don't
low.
know. Can you hear
Okay.
now?
It,
Yeah.
uh,
It's some, I don't
I
know. I have
can,
no idea.
but I need to pay a lot of attention. It's
I don't
okay.
know why. I don't know why that is. But yeah, it's a really difficult situation to try to even contemplate how you avoid the bad people and then get your product out correctly to make sure you're going to get some income. I don't know.
Yes. I I learned this mindset from Elon Musk. He said
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. He doesn't care about people, those people or those companies who like copy them. You know,
Yeah.
uh, because like he is the source of innovation or creation. He said to their like
Correct. Yeah.
press, to their like media. So I think uh, that's what I'm trying to tell myself. I mean, just try a different business model and just keep trying, keep producing new stuff. Like because I do like have a lot of uh, ideas in my mind every day. Like most of them, of course, like
Yeah.
useless, but some of them are quite interesting, and I just want to try. And sometimes I even if I find it's hard to get all things done because I just don't have that much of time. So I'm considering to hire someone or collaborate with someone, you know, to like
Yeah.
to help
That,
me
that might be
achieve what I
that.
want. Like yeah,
But that might be a nice idea, to corroborate with somebody else. If you can do that, they might have a different input. They also might be having
yes,
the same problem. And in that dimension, two mindsets might be a better idea. If you can get somebody to work alongside you, that also reduces the costings a little bit as well. To share something, if you're going to share a new site or something or set something up new, that might be a good idea. then at least you've got
Yes.
somebody to bounce. You've got somebody.
Yes.
Obviously, the main thing there as well, though, is to find somebody you can trust. That I
Mhm.
honestly think that's the biggest part. That's the biggest part of life. Again, now is trust, because you don't know who on earth people are. You just don't know. It's all. This life is a mess. Full stop. And that's not being
Uh,
pessimistic.
so, sometimes I tell myself there is no time to regret. There's no time to like resent or hate someone. There are so many beautiful things that are waiting for you to create. I just, I don't have time for
Yeah,
those like miserable things. Yeah.
but yeah, but the nice element is that you are positively charged. You're a really positive human being, and
Yeah.
that's I do honestly think that's the big keep going, and to have the strength to keep going. Look at how many. If you, I was talking about this today. If you look at the whole balance of the world, yeah, there's more bad. There's actually more bad than there is good. Yeah. Or that's the way that I feel, because there's an enormous amount of negativity. So we have to take the positive out of the negative and try to stay high. We need to try to stay high. And that way, it's giving ourselves some, I suppose, some boost, some energy, and just having the thought, yeah, I will get there. I am doing it. I'm doing my best, and that's all you can do. Maybe if what you just said, is good. Maybe if you can find somebody who's perhaps in the same position as yourself and thinking, oh my God, I wish I had somebody to talk to, somebody I could share some of this stuff with. And then that would be a great point go about this. Or maybe somebody's just got that little bit of something else that maybe somebody else has not tried and thought of and think, oh, that's a great idea. So it's worth trying that. That is worth trying rather than keep throwing money after money after money, and getting taken, taken by these crazy people that want to rip you off by pinching your ideas. Yeah, so maybe I don't know, but I don't. Then again, I don't know how you would go about finding people. Do you know people who are in the same situation as yourself, that are in the same industry or looking for the same people, looking for the same goal?
Um,
That's good.
I yeah, I can find them. I know where they are and how to find them because first of all, I already have I'm running a channel and I got followers, and it would be
Yeah,
easier for me to find someone who like in the same position like as I
yeah,
am. So actually, there currently one person who like voluntarily to to help me to do something
yeah.
like 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 for free,
Wow. Yeah, that's really amazing. You see, so uh, just exactly what we're saying. You just epitomized that by saying that somebody would help you for free. That's lovely, but it's not everybody that will do that. That's the whole balance.
Yes, of course.
Maybe it's if somebody managed to get their business going and then can turn around and say, "I'll help you. No worry. I'll help you. I don't want anything because I'm doing okay, but I'll help you." That's wow. But that's very few people. There's very few people will do that. Or
Yeah.
maybe I'm more negative because of the West. The West is terrible. There's nobody will help anybody in the West. Nobody will
he
do.
this guy is actually he used to be my like my he was a student like like I
Yeah.
said before, I sell lessons, I teach like private lessons before, and he was one of my students, and I helped her land her job. in Web3 industry, and I help him. Sorry, and now he have some free time, and so he just said I'm like I don't know. Maybe he agree with some of my ideas, or maybe he sometimes he said like
But even
he
the thing is, though, even
yeah, please.
yeah, but even if he didn't agree with some of your ideas, maybe then he could look at it and be constructive in giving you his thoughts and his dimensions on something without being
Yes.
derogatory from my point of view. But maybe it's, maybe it's something you can't see, and maybe it's if you're doing something for him, likewise, it's maybe something he can't see. It's different perspective. It's just a different perspective. And we do get ourselves into a situation where we're overthinking the thing. We're overthinking all of the time. And when you're overthinking it, you can't see where you should be looking. You know, maybe it's just over here. So I think maybe that's if you're willing to go along with that train of thought, then and it's a student that you have helped, and now the student's got himself into a nicer situation. So you've done the help in that dimension to get the person there. So it's reciprocal. It's a reciprocal balance. I think that's lovely. There's there's hardly anybody in the UK that I could think of off the top of my head that would do the same for me. They wouldn't. They just wouldn't, because they got too much animosity. They have just inbuilt animosity to think, oh, if I help him, he's gonna win. He's gonna do something good. If I help him, what am I gonna get out of it? And it's not the right way to be. It's not the right way to be. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's just human nature, or it's more so, I feel, in the West, not
Hmm.
necessarily in this
Uh,
part of the world.
yeah, I see your point. Um, I used to think like you're like those people who you described,
Yeah.
but I've changed my mind. Uh, maybe I because I've been through something, but now my mind
Yeah.
is you help other people, and other
Yeah.
people are gonna help you.
Well, that's my
That's it.
attitude. Honestly, that is my attitude towards life. But unfortunately, I've found it's not other people, because other people, they have, but then I'm used to that because I've been in the West, and the West is hard going. It doesn't matter what you do, somebody else wants to take what you've got. They're just ruthless people. They really are ruthless, nasty people. But then that's not me being negative. That's me being I'll give you an example. Okay. The restaurant that I had, yeah, the restaurant that I had, I'm trying to get the top off this bottle of water. The last restaurant I had in the UK, when I took it on, yeah, when I took it on, and I used to do repossession, yeah. So the bank that I handled the property for, they were rather cynical, or the guy was rather cynical towards me. And he must have thought, because it's his hierarchy that said, okay, got to get rid of this. We want it sold. Find somebody that will sell it and make it work again. I knew two people prior to that. My friend passed away in the building because he was an alcoholic. Nothing wrong with that. But he punished himself, and he overtried the whole situation. He kept going and going. He lost a fortune, and he passed away. Yeah. And it was a terrible situation. Anyway, I'd known him for years. When I knew that the business was coming up for rental again, or not rental, but to be disposed of, I spoke to somebody and they said, are you willing to do this? And I said, yeah. And I gave them my thesis on what I could do with it, or part of it. And they said they were rather, I suppose, rude in a certain fashion, saying, like, are you sure you know what you're doing? Because the other people have gone bust. And I said, it's okay. Don't try and be, I knew what they were trying to do. And I said, don't try and be protective towards me. I do know what I'm doing with it. You know, I'll take it on. I'll take on the commitment. Anyway, when I did that, yeah, I proved everybody wrong. I proved the people wrong because I'd watched several people go bust with it. The reason that they did go bust with that particular business because the rental was far too high. It was like £50,000 a year, £1,000 a week, be even more now probably, or maybe they're logical and brought the rent down. But at that costing, that was too high. It was too high because you've then got to make like 6 times that volume to break even. Yeah. By the time you take out all the overhead costs, all of the on costs with every single thing, then you got the wages, so on and so forth. Anyway, I said no rent. I wouldn't pay any rent. So they very reluctantly gave me the thing at £1 a week. It was either £1 a week or £10 a week. And I said, that's lovely, thanks. That gives me a fighting chance-ish, knowing that the other people had gone bankrupt. And then I would be able to try to rectify it and get rid of the problem that you've got because you want rid of the building. So, but I knew fine well that I could do better than that because of my level of confidence, which was not overconfident, but I'd done 40 years of it prior. So anyway, it worked. It worked. But the amount of people that came in that business that have known me before and looked at me and thought, and see the restaurant full of people, see the restaurant full of drinkers, full of all sorts, rammed every single day. And the animosity was terrible because I proved the people wrong. Now, if it had been me and I'd gone in someone else's restaurant and I'd gone, wow, this looks great. Wow, you made an amazing job of this. You don't get that. Yeah, or I didn't get that. And it's not because I created any enemies. I just proved people wrong. Yeah. Same one, do you know, and the other weird one is when I came here, the people in the UK, whether it's the people in the UK have got negativity attached to them, which I think they have, they said to me, you're an idiot. You're totally crazy. All your money will go in the bin when you go to Thailand. You're stupid going to Thailand. And I said, I'm going for me. I'm going to do this for me to prove to myself I can do this and live in a culture which the economy is flatline. If I can make it to flatline it, you know, to break even, then I've won for me. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. It's my money at the end of the day. I made it in the UK. If I want to do this, I'll do it. Now the same people say, yeah, wow, look at your place. I'll send them the photograph now and again. They say, whose is that? And I go, it's my farm, yeah? And it's nice sunsets, it's nice things, it's really simplistic. It's highly complex, to be quite honest, but it's simplistic. It's fruit and vegetables. It's getting it correct, but it takes a lot of work to get there. The same people turn around and say, huh, yeah, I told you, I said this, I said that. And I thought, why could they not have said something nice initially to say, hey, I wish you all the luck. I think hopefully you'll do okay. But no, you have to go head on with it, like people in your face. Do it. But a lot of the people in the West would rather you failed. They would rather you failed. And then they would turn around and say, ha, I knew he would fail. I knew he would fail. He's an idiot. And it's that derogatory term. So if you've got some guy that's going to say, hey, I'll help you because it's good to help people. It's great to help people. And that's where the positivity stays up here, you know. And I know I do preach about it, but the level of positivity has got to stay high, you know. And I know it's a fight sometimes, and but you'll win. You will win. It's like bang, bang, bang. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You have to. You know, I'm 67, 68, and you have to keep going. It doesn't matter what. Don't let anybody stop you. If you have that in your heart, yeah, nobody's going to stop you. Nobody will stop you. And if you can find somebody to work alongside, like your ex-student, wow, I think that will be good then, because it's, if he's got a good heart, that's half the balance. Half the balance
Yeah.
is getting that. And it's not to say that you're going to get involved with somebody and then go and not do anything. It will give you more
Yeah.
motivation. It'll give you more motivation from that point of view, because somebody's had some decency to put some nice input in. You know, maybe it's something that you haven't seen. Maybe it's something that he can see from a distance over here. I don't know. I don't know. But it's it's having that, I suppose, the pleasure of having somebody who's wanting to help you. And that's a lovely thought. That is a lovely positive thought. Because I guarantee you, in the West, they would not do that. They'd rather kick you. They would rather kick your legs away from you and see you fall. And that's the balance, I do believe, between the East and the West. In the
Mhm.
East, people would
We are
rather see
the
people.
we are the same, I think. Yeah, we have the same.
Yeah.
We like we share the same attitude
Well, that's
towards
lovely.
life or towards friends. Like,
Yeah, but that's lovely to be able to do that. Do you know, I explaining that to a young lady before there. When you have a conversation, when people have a good conversation about anything, and nobody's taking anything from any part of it, our if we're like a battery, you know, which we are, our levels come up. Our levels come up and up and up. And then when we finish the conversation and everybody feels up here, uh, because nobody's taken anything, no one has taken any energy. And if it's based on giving and giving, then it's great. It's a reciprocal balance. So everybody gets a good buzz out of it,
mhm.
and everybody will
My
win.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, and my way to deal with those like low level people is I
Yeah,
just like leave, like I just distance myself from them, you know, keep a distance,
that's good if
and
you can manage to
I'm
do that.
trying to, yeah,
Yeah,
I try to like expose myself to like big, if I want to attract or like have someone to help me, I will like what I used to do. I run a channel, right? I'm currently still run a channel, and
yeah,
I expose or output my idea, my mindset, so my idea can reach out to many people, and maybe some of them may agree with my attitude, my idea, and they reach out to me and say something like we can do things together, or just give me like some up on something on my videos, or like I feel
yeah. Well,
so
then it's become
it's good.
reciprocal.
Like,
Yeah, it's highly positive. That's all you can ask
yeah.
from anybody from that point of view. But if it's being
So
presented to you as a positive element, it's wonderful. Very
yeah, so
good indeed.
I said like I said to myself, those people, if they're not nice, they're too mean or something, they're
Yeah,
not, no, they're not the whole world, like, right? Even though like maybe bad people, like you said, bad people are larger than like good people, but we can choose. We can still decide who we are gonna like hang out with, right? Who can
correct.
like, yes, we can make a decision, right? So just make a decision.
Yeah, it's totally right. You're totally correct in that dimension. So yeah, you're gonna
Mhm.
go with this guy, yeah. And is your ex-student that you're contemplating this with? Is he local to you? Does he live far away from you? Or
Sorry.
do you do things online? Does the guy live on, is he online with you, or do you go and see him and meet him? Can you go and meet the person, your
Uh,
ex-student?
I teach him. I used to teach him online, and he currently so because I'm a software engineer, so most of the time we spend time online. Yeah, we spend time
Yeah.
online.
Well, that's good though. But if you can trust somebody, that's the big thing. If you can trust someone, that's great. But obviously, if it's been your student, that's wonderful. I really think that's where you're going to win. It's just new
Hmm.
input. That, and there might just be one element that will break through, or maybe he can look at something and say, I know how to block this stuff here. Yeah, so nobody can pinch the information. I don't know. It's not my forte. But I'm sure that if your gut feeling, if it's your gut feeling that you got here, then go with it. You have to go with that. I think that's good then, if that's the case. Then it's going to make you
Yeah.
feel, you know, in that dimension, a problem shared, yeah, is better than not sharing it with somebody, especially someone that's gone through the same instance. And you gave him the opportunity to give him the information initially, to give him the help as a student. Maybe this is maybe for you getting paid back for your good, which is lovely.
Hmm.
What you just said before that, if you do good, good will follow. And that's
Hmm.
all you can do is keep trying with it.
Hmm. Yeah,
The same
I
way I
will.
do
I
with my
will. I will
farm
keep
here.
trying.
The
And
same way I do with it.
yeah, there, like I said, there are too much interesting things, like too many interesting things that can be done, and I just don't have time to worry to worry for anything. Like
Well, that's right. Exactly. There's so much stress. There's so much
I
stress and
hardly
so
have the
much
time to sleep.
negativity in the world.
That's the real problem I have right now.
Well, you need to get some sleep and you need to have
Yeah, I
classification
know,
for
but
yourself
I'm
as
too
things
eager to
in your
success.
life.
Like
But you need, it's okay for me saying that, yeah? And I wouldn't be saying that to say you should do this. But yeah, well, okay, let's get over this hurdle. Let's get over this hurdle and get you formulated again and get some new input from the student and see how you can manage with that. See which way that goes. As you say, you can't do any worse with it. The guy's not going to hurt you and he's not going to rip you off. If he's offered to help, then it's good. And
yeah,
especially if you know, that's really very positive. That's all we can run on. It's all we can run on is positive energy. Be good if we all had that, but we haven't. That's the big problem. That is the big problem. Yeah.
yeah.
So
I
what time you
I
got there?
think
Now
you
you
maybe
must be
you need
late now.
to. Sorry, sorry. I said like maybe after this list, I think you should like try to you should just try to like fix their like voice situation. I how I can like listen
I
listen
don't
what
know
you
what
said.
I don't know what's causing that. I don't know what's causing that at the moment. I've no idea. I've been on the net netty all day. So I don't know. Maybe it's cambly. I honestly don't know.
Uh,
I don't know.
okay,
But I can
okay.
I
Maybe you
can
can
only apologize.
use maybe you can use
Yeah,
some like some platforms like ChatGPT and use video model to ask him to help you fix this.
okay. I'll do that then. I'll have a look and see what I can do to try and fix it. I'm very grateful for you telling me about that. Nobody else has mentioned it. So that's very kind of you.
Mhm.
Very kind of you. Anyway, you need to try to get some sleep, young man. You need to try and get a little bit of sleep, and then you feel
uh,
better.
I will. I will. Thank you.
Don't stress too much. It's easy for me to say. Yeah. All right. I'll see you later,
Nice
Joey.
talking
You
to
take
you.
care, you okay?
Yeah.
And you,
See you next week.
yeah, stay strong. Stay strong. Okay. You take care, my friend. God bless you.
Bye bye.
Okay.
Have a good day.
See you
Have a
soon.
good day. Bye bye.